Uh, he talked about trade and economic links and invited Indian participation, like the president, in mining and pharmaceuticals, but he also talked about cooperation in cotton, wool, and leather sectors, which Tajikistan has enormous raw material, and said that Indian industry could utilize the three new free trade zones that are going to be put up by Tajikistan. The Vice President emphasized that the MOU signed by FICCI with its counterpart, and that we must get our entrepreneurs together and work towards utilizing the opportunities and the potential that exists. He also said that we must have regular meetings of the Joint Working Group on Terrorism. We should strengthen air connectivity and facilitate visas for businessmen, which would help our trade and industry. And the Tajiks said that they were working hard on these two areas. I won't go over everything that Foreign Minister said on his call on the Honorable Vice President, but it's interesting. He said we have the same common vision and the same common fight against terror. He said that every Tajik of a certain age has been accustomed to Indian cinema. Generation grew up on it, he mentioned. And he said, well, Tajikistan is like Switzerland, only more pristine, and has 13,000 glaciers and 1,000 pure rivers running out of it. So it is a fantastic locale for film shooting, and he invited Indian Bollywood and other Indian centers to come and make films in Tajikistan. And he said, we try and make sure that business visas and visas for films will be facilitated. And final meeting today was with Trade and Economic Minister Rahim Zada, who had just visited India in February for the meeting of the Intergovernmental Cooperation Commission. This was the 7th meeting where a number of projects were discussed to take forward and implement the vision of Prime Minister and President Ramon for the strategic partnership. He had very good meetings with CITM, Commerce and Industry and Trade Textiles Minister, and others, MOS Commerce. He said one of the things that Tajikistan is looking for is markets in India, and they're working on agreement on transit to India, which he sees as very promising. I mean, he sees the market as very promising, and he'll be working on seeing a passage of transit to India. And he welcomed exchange of business delegations, and he thanked India for WTO support. I'll end there, and I'll request Ambassador if he has some other points which he'd like to just add to give local color to this briefing. I thank you.
Locally colorful, if I may put it so, more colorful than I can say anything.
What is yours?
Open for questions, please. Mr. Malik, please.
On the